Hello YouTube, Ranger of Oz here. Some of you might be wondering why I deleted all of my music videos. It's simple. I wanted a clean slate, or as clean as I could get. I've decided to start doing some video reviews. Shocking, I know, it's like everybody's doing them nowadays, but what the hell. As for what I'm doing, well, eventually I want to move on to things like movies, but at the moment I'm borrowing my parents' video camera and my computer is, well, not really set up for that sort of thing. So I'm going to try something a little bit easier and hopefully less intensive on my laptop. Toys! I'm starting with something that I actually know a little bit about, and going with the WWE Legends Series 3 Hacksaw Jim Duggan. First thoughts on this, they haven't really got his hair right. You can see there, it's brown. Everything I've ever seen him in, I might be wrong, someone might be able to correct me on that. Everything I've ever seen him in, he's always had sort of more of a sandy blonde hair. It's a bit, I'm not going to say it's a bit disappointing. It'd be nice if it was more accurate, but everything else is good. It's got his trunks. Seems to be very good with the posing. It's got a fair few joints and everything else on it. It's going to be fun to get this thing open and have a look at it. The packaging, it's your standard action figure packaging. You got your cardboard backing, you got your plastic thing on the front of it. The back tells you a little bit about him, and his most memorable moment apparently was his debut. Backstage, doing his pre-match interview, and ends up going out with a 2x4 and chasing off the Iron Sheik and Nikolai Volkov. This isn't a horrible thing. He's well known for his 2x4. They even included it, as you can see, as a accessory. Well, so yeah, that's about as much as I can do this. So, with the magic of editing, I'm going to take this away, and Kablam! There he is in his unboxed glory. I've used the stand that he comes with, because if I try to do that with the actual figure, he sort of, yeah, not too stable without the stand. So I think I'll keep him on the stand for this. So he looks good out of the box. I will admit I made a bit of a mistake with his hair. There are actually pictures on the internet that I found while I was playing around with him that, yes, he does have that shade of hair. So my bad. As to the figure itself, again, it looks good out of the box. I do have some issues. The joints on his shoulder sometimes look like he's got some growths there. I'll get to that in a minute. Other than that, this is a fairly good looking figure. He's got a head swivel, some ball joint. It's mostly down, looking down. He can't really look up because his hair is made of a kind of a hard rubber, I think, and it doesn't give much give at all, if any. So he can't actually look up. Everything else is fine. Look left or right, look down. Shoulders are on a really nice ball joint. Sort of a, well, you can't really hear it, but it's got a sort of a clunk when you get to certain points. So that's pretty good. It's got a swivel, just where the joints meet. He can't really, like, he's always got his arms out. You can't get it any closer to his body unless you use these. And even then, yeah, it doesn't really work. Standard elbow joint there, wrists, swivel that way, go around that way. You can't stick his thumb up on either one, which is a shame because that's one of his more well-known poses. He walks around with giving everyone the thumbs up. Ab crunch, gets him a bit far backwards. Hip swivel. Masters of the Universe style hip swivel. Which is pretty nice. Legs are a disappointment. You can't move it very far. Or if you... Oh, you can, but it doesn't go up really. It just... no. Do not like. I like my figures with the ability to kick each other in the head. This is not good. Got a thigh swivel though for some really weird reason. Had a bit of a run-in with Kurt Angle there, mate. Nah, it's a bit weird. Yeah, I don't know why they put one of those in there. Not entirely sure. Knee joint, double jointed, gets a fair bit. These knee pads actually are not molded in. They're, see, actual knee pads. They can move. They do get in the way of the joint sometimes. You have a boot swivel. I don't know I don't know why they put that there. That's a bit weird. It goes all the way around. And ankles, which have a standard human range for the ankles. That's not bad. So yeah, I have to admit the top part of him, that's you know, aside from the fact that you can't just sort of have him chilling out with the arms at his side, he's always sort of grr. Got no problems with the top. After you get below this and you get into these legs, and they really, I mean, you have to struggle to get them anywhere past that sort of thing. So that's a little, yeah, I don't like that. I don't like that at all. That could have been done a lot better. I mean, I admit it's probably supposed to be. He's probably supposed to be just for display, because he's got his stand as one of his. His decent little stand with a name tag. So it's not a play toy. It's a display toy. But be that as it may, those are some really shoddy leg joints. These top ones here. I mean, if they'd taken out these ones on the boots and put better joints up here instead, I think I would have been a lot happier for it. So that's, yeah, he's got some decent posability, and it's mostly in the top, which is good because he comes with accessories. Yes, he comes with an American flag. Like I said earlier, he's a bit of a, he's always been shown as a bit of a patriot, usually for America. He's had that one thing with Team Canada in the WCW. But other than that, yeah, it's just a sticker on a plastic stick. Not much more to go on with that. It fits into his hand really well. Can't go into this one though. It's a little bit left open, and that would be for his trademark, the dreaded 2x4. This, I don't think, goes in very well. I mean, you get a bit of a struggle to get it in here, and then it doesn't necessarily stick very well, usually. It's going to make a liar out of me. Curse you. But yeah, it actually, I think it bends the fingers back on that hand, and that's not always a good thing. As long as the plastic's alright, it'll, you know, you can do that for a while, but it makes you a little bit nervous. You can, however, with all these joints on his arm and everything, and I think this is probably how it's supposed to go, he can walk around with it on his shoulder like that, which is, I've seen him do that a couple of times, so yeah. And he should have had a ball joint in his wrists so he can hold this above his head properly, but so yeah, a couple of accessories. I think the way the figure was made really wasn't for like the flag. I mean, this wrist should have had a ball joint so that you could sort of tilt it down like that. But anyway, yeah, so Hacksaw Jim Duggan. Do I like the toy? Yes. Would I have spent full price for the toy? Yeah, I'm not so sure on that. I've passed these things by plenty of times, partly because I haven't really bought a toy in a long time that didn't have anything to do with Power Rangers. I will get to that eventually. This one probably wouldn't have been a full price for me. If you're a really big Hacksaw Jim Duggan fan, really big wrestling fan, and you want that perfect display piece, this is a good toy. But I probably wouldn't have paid full price for it. See, such a good display piece. You're going to see a lot more of him in these videos, even if it's just out of the corner of the camera. Like I said, I paid $4 for this. And as a $4 toy, this is brilliant. As a full price toy, not for a display. I wouldn't pay, $15.64 on that for a display. $4, perfect. So, yeah, that was my first little review. What have I got planned for the future? Well, I mentioned Power Rangers. I have this thing that is basically my pride and joy at the moment, that I intend on showing you at some point, simply because it is awesome. What is it? I'm not gonna tell you yet. Aside from that, I'm collecting the DC Comics chess collection with Batman and his various peoples. I will show you at least the chess pieces out of that, because those are such good quality. Aside from that, HLJ's got a sale. Finishes up 23rd. Everything on Bandai up to 80% off. There are some things I'm looking at that I want, so you're probably going to see those soon. In any event, this is Ranger of Oz signing off. I hope you enjoyed this little rambling of mine, and that it helped in some way to decide whether or not this is a good thing to spend $4 on. Ciao.